seen it.
Welcome to Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt of the Marquardt Law Firm at marquardtlawfirm.com.
Welcome back to Talk Law Radio. I'm Todd Marquardt here with Shannon Salmon-Haas, San Antonio. She's a mega influencer here in San Antonio, healing the community through Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. So search for Shannon Roberta San Antonio or Shannon Roberta SA, and you can feel the love from Shannon. I forgot to ask you in the last segment, what are you doing recently to heal the community?
Well, I just try and put a little uplifting thing. I was hearing this really good word that we're supposed to be examples for people, like our whole being. What's his name? Lazarus? He never said one word, but it was just who he was. Lazarus, like he in the whole Bible, he doesn't open his mouth one time. It's just literally who he is, that he's Lazarus, and here he is.
Right.
And that's his whole testimony. So, I mean, not trying to compare myself to someone in the Bible, but I'm just trying to provide a little
Well, the New Testament says be salt and light, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe it says that in the Old Testament. I don't know. It says it somewhere.
Anyway, I'm trying. And it's probably
Awesome.
inspirational. Like, if this cringy old lady can do it, surely I can go, because I think it's younger people that are watching. And
Yeah. Just smile.
yeah.
And be polite.
Yeah.
I tell Lexi that every day.
Yeah. And she's doing good.
Well, she was until you walked in today.
It was my fault. I came in too fast.
So let's talk about a hidden legal issue blind spot of defamation law.
Yeah.
When you say something bad about somebody else without regard to the truth.
Right.
And
yeah.
it makes them look bad and they suffer monetary damages.
Right. And specifically in their profession?
Well, that would be worse because there would be more economic damages there.
Right. Yeah.
So,
But don't you have a right to say whatever you want to say?
We do have freedom of speech. But there's another competing interest that people have to not be lied about.
Yeah.
So the famous case that you wanted to talk about is Drake versus Kendrick Lamar in San Antonio, Bexar County, Texas.
Yeah, that's what caught my eye. I can't believe it's here. Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing. I read through the news that one of the reasons that he brought this lawsuit here is because of iHeartMedia.
That's what I heard too.
Has their headquarters here.
Yeah. Can you imagine in the Bexar County court system this big case? I mean, maybe they'll announce that in presiding one of these days. But it's just in the preliminary stages, right?
Right. They're just doing some kind of discovery.
Yeah. So just gut reaction, what do you think of the...
Well, my gut reaction is that I don't know who these people are.
But Marcus losing it over there.
I've heard their names, and my children know who they are.
Yeah.
And I tried to get some data before the show, and my son Reagan just said that, yes, they are having some kind of dispute. One of my other friends said, huge Kendrick Lamar fan, not a huge Drake fan. I know all about this. And to answer the above question from a legal perspective, no, he did not defame Drake any more than Drake defamed him. I would argue there was implied consent since this was a two-sided beef. Plus, showing actual damages would be incredibly difficult. And to answer the question from the perspective of being a big hip-hop fan, Drake needs to stop being an infant and just go back to Canada where people are nicer and won't hurt his witty-bitty baby feelings.
All we need is a sick beat underneath that. That's a diss rap right there. Boom, boom, boom. Read it again. Read it. Roll it back.
Well, no, here's another one. No, it doesn't meet the requirements for defamation Drake's just mad he started beef with a better rapper.
Oh, wow.
And lost his leverage in negotiations with the record label and Apple.
Oh, wow.
He suffered no real damages due to the diss tracks. Did you know that was a word, diss track?
Pues claro que sí, yes.
Oh, okay. Today's the very first day I've ever heard that. Back in the olden days, in the 2000s, when Eminem was rap battling,
Yeah.
I knew what a rap battle was.
Yeah, but didn't they say diss back then? Like, oh, you dissed me, or what a diss?
Yeah,
or
I remember the word diss, but I
Yeah.
never heard it with the word track,
Oh, okay.
like a new song.
Yeah. Well, I shouldn't pretend like I know stuff because I don't. I'm almost 60 years old, Todd.
Oh, goodness.
Yep.
Well, you have a lot of knowledge then
Okay.
of history.
Okay. Thank you.
So this friend of mine said, due to the diss tracks, they share a record label. He wasn't dropped from the label. He wasn't ousted by the label or his peers. He's just mad he lost and was humiliated. It's laughable that he's trying to file the complaint lawsuit that Spotify boosted Kendrick's streams on the orders of the record label when they share the same label. It's a prime example of don't start beef if you're a vegetarian. Plus, he did attend Diddy's parties.
These are all from your friends?
So it was all probably not lies based on what the Diddy party allegations are.
I think all your friends should be rapper. Are you friends with gangster rappers? Is that your...
No, these
your
are
hidden
upstanding
secret?
members of the community. Not that rappers are not.
Right.
But I hope that it doesn't go as far as Tupac Shakur and
Yeah, that other
who's
guy.
the other guy?
Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls, right. West Coast versus East Coast.
Oh my gosh, we're so old.
Yeah. And so they had to meet in Las Vegas and have like a good old-fashioned shootout.
Yeah.
God rest their souls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I wonder if their affairs were in order, Todd. Did they have good estate planning attorneys?
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
I know that somebody was trying to have Tupac concerts with him as a hologram.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, my gosh.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the horse carriage ban.
Yeah, okay. But I have one more question. So have you ever heard that song? So if I randomly just went, they not like us, they not like us, does that mean anything?
No,
nothing?
I had to look that up.
Uh-huh. What if I jumped up and did a gangster V-step right now? No, just, okay, go on. Horse carriage.
No.
Nothing.
Yeah, horse carriage ban. So in San Antonio, downtown, there's a long tradition of tourists and locals hopping in the back of a horse carriage like Cinderella.
Yeah.
And one city council member thought it would be fun to discontinue that practice. So they want to put these horse carriage operators out of business.
Yeah. Yeah. And your thoughts?
Well, I was talking to a friend of mine about this, and he said, you know, I got to be pretty suspicious when somebody wants to get rid of something that's been around for a long time.
Okay.
Like, why now?
Right, yeah.
And are the horses just now complaining that they're tired of walking around? Probably not.
Right.
Those horses are probably built for much more strenuous activity than they're doing.
Okay. Pulling tourists.
So if the argument is that the horses complain, that's not a good argument.
Yeah.
Because there's other cities where they have horses and
Right.
they're not shutting down those businesses. It's just in San Antonio, somebody wants to get rid of some of the charm that San Antonio has.
Yeah. Deliberately, maliciously.
Well,
just to turn us into Dallas,
I don't
Texas.
know these people on the city council.
Uh-huh.
Tell me your thoughts.
Well, have you ever ridden in one of those carriages? Did you ever get to do it?
I can't remember a time, but I have done I have gotten a ride from somebody from the Spurs game to like a parking lot, but I think it was a bicycle guy.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And you can't remember because beverages were involved?
No, I might not ever have done that. I mean, I can imagine what it's like. I've seen on Seinfeld when Kramer
I love that one.
was the horse-drawn carriage operator, and he bought this chili from the Price Club, and he had too much of it because it came in giant
tell, and what happened
canisters.
Next, Todd?
Well,
I'm not following
the
it.
horse had gas. But I don't think that's why the city councilman wanted to get rid of the horses.
Yeah.
You said it was probably because of traffic. Did you read that was one of his justifications, or?
There in what you can find online and what the narrative is officially, it's all completely that they just want to protect these poor horses. Oh. And I am kind of calling BS on that, like your other friend, because there's so many other ways they could do that, right? They could enact,
regulate it.
Yeah, they could regulate it. They could
give the horse a smoke break.
Thank you. A massage, a therapist,
Right. There's lots of regulations they could impose on that.
So then, it's something else.
What if your business was banned by the city council?
Can you imagine? Yeah.
I mean, are they just going to start doing that to people downtown?
Apparently they have that
around the
power.
city?
I mean, there must have been some, kind of deal and some kind of payout to where we're not hearing a lot about it.
Yeah.
But somebody's very, very long-standing business done over.
I'll have to be careful and make sure that Lexi's happy with the terms of employment. That she doesn't complain.
Oh, I never thought of that. Oh, yeah, you're right. Well, she is treated very, very well.
She took several naps today. Yesterday, we went to a friend's house who had 6 acres, and she ran and ran and ran. She had so much fun.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, it was. Well, we got to take another break, and when we come back, we'll be talking about saints and sinners. So stay tuned.
This has been Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt, brought to you by the Marquardt Law Firm. You can learn more at marquardtlawfirm.com. And be sure to listen to the full Talk Law Radio show Saturday mornings at 11 on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Each week, attorney Todd Marquardt talks about the law. His mission with the Talk Law Radio show and podcast is to help you discover your legal issue blind spots. In the beginning, God had one law. Don't eat from the fruit of that tree. Then came the 10 Commandments. Now we have federal, state, and municipal lawmakers that won't stop creating new laws. Laws that might impact you without you knowing it. Listen to the show and drop a line on Facebook or email host@talklawradio.com and let the host know what you think of the show, the topics you want to hear, and whether you want to be a guest.